December 17th, 1996, Chicago. The night the basketball world watched the past, present, and future collide under one roof. The reigning champion Chicago Bulls were unstoppable, the aura of greatness still radiating from their '96 title run. And across from them stood the flashy, fast-rising Los Angeles Lakers, led by the most dominant young center in the game, Shaquille O'Neal, and a teenage prodigy named Kobe Bryant. Kobe wasn't even old enough to buy a drink, yet he was already chasing the man he grew up worshipping. He studied Jordan's footwork, his fadeaway, even his swagger. To him, this wasn't just another game. It was a chance to face his idol, and, if things went right, to outshine him. The media couldn't get enough of it. The future versus the legend. The headline said Shaq promised that the Lakers were coming for the crown, and Kobe hinted that he wanted the challenge of guarding Michael himself. Every camera in the United Center was ready for the moment the two would finally meet. But if there's one thing history has taught us, it's that challenging Michael Jordan came with a price. He didn't care about hype, headlines, or passing torches. He cared about dominance. And that night, in front of a roaring Chicago crowd, Jordan made sure the message was clear. This was still his league. Kobe and Shaq weren't there to take over. They were there to be taught a lesson. By 1996, the Lakers were transforming into something the league hadn't seen in years. A flashy, confident, star-studded team built around two phenoms who seemed destined to dominate the future: Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant.
And they've got a new look, as you mentioned, and it starts in the middle with Shaquille O'Neal. What a sight in the middle, having him on your ball club. He's been playing fantastically. And then they've got a youngster by the name of Kobe Bryant, 18 years old. He's only played in one preseason game, but he's acting as if he's been in the league for a couple of years already. They are a new-look team.
The franchise had just pulled off one of the most aggressive rebuilds in basketball history. They signed Shaq that summer, stealing him from Orlando with a record-breaking $120 million deal, and traded for a 17-year-old high school guard from Lower Merion named Kobe Bryant. At first glance, it looked like an odd pairing: the most physically dominant player in the NBA and a kid who hadn't even played a college game. But Los Angeles believed in their potential. Shaq was already a superstar. At 7'1" and 325 pounds, he was a force of nature, a walking mismatch that every team dreaded. He had the power to destroy defenses and the charisma to light up Hollywood. The Lakers were his kingdom now, and he carried himself like it.
Help me! He may be the most dominant player in the game well into the next century. Tonight, Shaquille O'Neal makes his Great Western Forum debut in purple and gold. It's Shaq and the Lakers next.
Then there was Kobe, raw, ambitious, and obsessed with greatness. Even as a rookie, he carried himself like someone who knew he was special. He didn't care about waiting his turn or deferring to veterans. He wanted the ball. He wanted the challenge. And most of all, he wanted Michael Jordan.
Oh, I told you he can play. You were talking about a young kid. He can get going offensively. This young man can get to the basket. He has complete confidence in his ability to play at this level.
Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
Did you see the finish by the kid?
Put on a show here. Here we go. Here we go.
But their partnership was still a work in progress. Kobe was coming off the bench, trying to prove he belonged, while Shaq was establishing himself as the face of the franchise. The chemistry wasn't perfect, but the potential was electric. Everyone could see it. The Lakers had the next great duo. But on December 17th, 1996, that potential ran straight into the reality of Michael Jordan's Bulls. And that night, the young stars learned what true dominance really looked like.
Michael was trying to teach Kobe a lesson, trying to give him the experience, the youth, to the wisdom that what he once had.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, the atmosphere was different. The Bulls weren't chasing greatness. They were defining it. Fresh off a 72-10 season and their 4th championship in 6 years, they were a machine built on precision, chemistry, and the unmatched will of Michael Jordan. By December 1996, the Bulls had once again taken control of the league. They were sitting atop the Eastern Conference with a 20-3 record, blending championship experience with ruthless execution. Every game felt like a statement, proof that the dynasty wasn't fading, it was evolving.
To get back on top, and to do it in a fashion that you alleviate all the questions that people had about your skills and your leadership qualities, and to, more or less just say, hey, we're back.
At the heart of it all was Jordan, now 33. He wasn't the same high-flying acrobat of the late 80s, but he'd become something even more dangerous, a master technician. Every shot, every fake, every defensive read was calculated. However, he knew the competition was getting tougher and the road to a second three-peat wasn't going to be easy.
It's getting tougher, just from facing all the different challenges of staying on top. It's like the king of the hill. I mean, everybody's going to be coming at you and trying to knock you off.
So, when the young Lakers came to town, writing hype and headlines, Jordan and the Bulls didn't see them as the next big thing. They saw them as challengers to be humbled. And Michael was about to make sure they learned that lesson the hard way. You see, around this time, the comparisons were already starting. Kobe Bryant had barely played a month's worth of NBA basketball, yet people couldn't stop mentioning one name alongside his: Michael Jordan. The similarities were impossible to ignore. The stance, the swagger, the fadeaway, even the way Kobe chewed his gum. He wasn't just influenced by Jordan, he studied him. Kobe watched every VHS tape he could find, mimicked his footwork, memorized his mannerisms, and dissected his mentality.
Because it's one thing in watching him play, and then it's another thing in playing against him. His technique was flawless. I wanted to make sure my technique was just as flawless.
But while Kobe was all potential, Jordan was proof. He'd been through everything, earned every scar, every title, every ounce of respect. Kobe was still trying to prove he belonged, while Jordan had nothing left to prove, except that no one, not even a carbon copy, could do it better than the original. The media loved the narrative. They hyped it as the next Jordan versus the real one. It was irresistible. The young phenom versus the living legend. And Kobe embraced it. He wasn't scared. He was eager. He wanted to guard Michael, to test himself against the man he idolized. It was bold, maybe even naive, but it spoke to Kobe's fearless DNA.
He's only got probably 3 or 4 more years left, so.
I know he's an old guy. He's an old guy. But that'd be something that I love to do because, I watched him growing up. I love to play against Magic Johnson, but now he's retired. And Michael Jordan is somebody that I've always looked up to, and I want to play against him.
Jordan, on the other hand, didn't say much. He didn't need to. That's the thing about greatness. It doesn't talk, it shows. And as the Lakers stepped onto the court that night, MJ wasn't thinking about comparisons or legacies. He was thinking about competition.
I don't think you guys want to take everybody one-on-one. I know, right?
Kobe? Yeah.
He don't let the game come to him. He just go out there and take it.
He's going to make his game.
I'm going to make this a one-on-one game.
Look, I figured after the first 4 attempts it didn't go in, he was going to shoot.
After the first 4 attempts, if I was a teammate, I wouldn't pass him the ball. Hey, you want this ball again, brother, you better rebound.
Because if Kobe wanted to see what it took to be Michael Jordan, he was about to find out, firsthand and painfully, what that standard really looked like. Finally, that night came and history was about to be made. The first quarter began as a stalemate, neither team able to grab control for long. Every possession felt like a chess match, the youthful energy of the Lakers crashing headfirst into the calm, methodical rhythm of the Bulls. Jordan surprisingly wasn't the focal point early on. Instead, he took a step back, letting the game develop and his teammates find their rhythm. It was classic Jordan, reading the floor and settling for the mid-range.
Have been.
I think they take 59 for the season.
They'd
be real happy with that.
Jordan for 2.
However, it was Scottie Pippen who carried the offensive load in those opening minutes. confident and in rhythm. He drilled mid-range jumpers and even knocked down a three from the left wing.
3:53 to go. Pippen for three.
Meanwhile, the Lakers leaned on their powerhouse in the middle, Shaquille O'Neal. Early on, Shaq was already living in the paint, establishing deep position and drawing fouls with his sheer physicality and aggressiveness.
Small forward, Scottie Pippen.
Back it goes to O'Neal. The little jump is good. Expected back in January. Suffered that shoulder problem while body surfing in the Pacific Ocean. Nice move, baseline for Shaquille O'Neal.
And while Shaq controlled the paint, Nick Van Exel gave the Lakers their rhythm. The quick lefty hit pull-up jumpers in transition and fearlessly attacked Chicago's defense. His confidence kept LA in stride, and as the quarter ended, he buried a tough contested buzzer beater, giving the Lakers a brief surge of momentum.
Yep, will he get the shot off? Of course! Oh, man! Woo!
The second quarter opened with a change of pace. Kobe Bryant finally got his chance. The 19-year-old rookie checked in, focused and eager, ready to prove himself against the man he'd idolized for years. And he wasted no time. On his very first possession, Kobe caught the ball on the right wing, rose up in rhythm, and buried a clean three-pointer over Scottie Pippen's closeout.
Ball game, 7:28 to go, first half. Jones, they can't miss. It's Kobe Bryant.
But it didn't take long for Michael Jordan to respond. Just a few possessions later, he found himself matched up with Kobe at the corner. A quick size-up, a shoulder fake, and then the veteran went to work. Jordan spun baseline, leaving Kobe a step behind, then glided to the rim for an effortless dunk. No celebration, no words, just execution. It was the kind of play that said everything without saying anything. Welcome to the league, kid.
They've made a switch already, putting Kobe on Michael.
Well, then the education. He's now in a postgraduate course.
Yeah, boy.
From there, Jordan started heating up. The switch had flipped. He began pulling up from mid-range, those smooth, high-arching jumpers falling with surgical precision. And the best part? Kobe was right there to see it up close.
At this point in Pierce's career, likes that matchup.
Jordan finally gets one. He's 4 of 11.
Every pivot, every follow-through, every impossible shot over perfect defense. Jordan made it look effortless.
8 of 12. Here's Kerr. Nope. Rodman. Got it. Jordan. 2 more.
You know what? That was a
However, with a minute left, the Lakers' lead was slowly ballooning to 20 heading into halftime. Shaq was unstoppable inside, punishing the Bulls' front line with dunks and post hooks, while Van Exel and Eddie Jones capitalized from the perimeter.
closer to make sure he made the shot. That's a veteran smart play.
Van Exel can't miss.
Chicago looked rattled. Their shots weren't falling, and their defense couldn't contain Los Angeles' rhythm. Even Jordan's brilliance couldn't completely mask how unmatched the Bulls looked in that stretch. The Lakers were playing faster, hungrier, and were trying to get under Chicago's skin.
Oh, it's been awful. It's been awful.
O'Neal. Off O'Neal and out of bounds. Chicago gets another chance.
To close the half, Jordan took matters into his own hands. Isolated at the top, he stared at his defender, then crossed left and drove hard to the rim. Absorbing contact midair, he switched to his left hand and kissed it off the glass. Pure vintage Jordan.
Michael Jordan right now.
Foul before the shot. No basket.
Yeah, this is just quickness. He had no chance. I'm surprised that the Lakers didn't give help a little bit earlier, right?
The third quarter opened with a different energy. The Bulls came out looking like a team on a mission, and it was Scottie Pippen who lit the fuse. He stepped into a clean three from the top of the arc. Nothing but net. Chicago's ball movement suddenly looked sharper, the defense tighter, and the rhythm they'd been searching for all night was finally starting to click.
The ball, it takes him a longer time to get into Shaq, Get the ball into...
Meanwhile, on the other end, Shaquille O'Neal continued to dominate the paint. Bill Wennington tried his best to hold his ground, but it was like trying to stop a bulldozer with a garden fence. Shaq went right through him, backing down, spinning, and drawing fouls.
Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and O'Neal gets 2 more.
Los Angeles started playing rough, testing Chicago's composure. Every drive to the rim came with hard contact. Every rebound turned into a wrestling match. Shaq set the tone, throwing his weight around and bullying Bill Wennington under the basket. The Lakers' physicality was borderline brutal.
It's great defense by Randy Brown, first of all, and that's why he's in the game, is to make things happen. I'm surprised they called that. He had actually gotten rid of the ball before he was fouled.
Bulls refused to back down. Jordan began finding his rhythm again, hitting pull-ups and slipping through defenders like it was routine. Pippen complemented him perfectly, spacing the floor, slashing to the rim, and knocking down timely shots.
2.5 remaining. Pippen for 3.
Meanwhile, Randy Brown made his presence felt on both ends, pounding Laker guards and sparking fast breaks. Slowly, Chicago was regaining control, their stars leading the charge, their role players doing the dirty work. The momentum was shifting, and little did the Lakers know the Bulls were already catching up.
It's in the hands of Jordan. Little pump fake. Michael drives, dishes, puts it too far underneath, and the shot goes in.
The fourth quarter was pure chaos. Every possession felt like a battle. Both teams traded blows, bucket for bucket, neither willing to blink. Shaq continued to dominate the paint, throwing down dunks and drawing double teams. But Jordan answered each time. Whether it was a fadeaway from the post or a pull-up in transition, he kept the Bulls within striking distance.
For Rodman so far in the ballgame, he had 23 the other night against Charlotte. Jordan for 2.
Then came the turning point. After a frantic sequence where both teams scrambled for control, the ball found its way to Toni Kukoc at the top of the arc. With Shaq closing in, Kukoc didn't hesitate. He rose up smoothly and buried the 3 right over the big man's outstretched arms.
Takes it over him for 3. Oh, mercy! Oh my goodness! That is the first Chicago lead tonight. Wow!
But the Lakers weren't done yet and managed to retake the lead. After a frantic final sequence, it was Toni Kukoc once again who came through in the clutch. Fouled with seconds remaining, he calmly stepped to the line and sank both free throws, tying the game and sending it into overtime.
We're tied. Eddie Jones almost loses it. Van Exel. We're going to overtime.
Overtime picked up right where regulation left off. Tense, physical, and relentless. For the first 3 minutes, both teams traded baskets in a furious back and forth. Every possession felt like it could break the game open, yet neither side could pull away. Shots were falling, defenses were tightening, and fatigue was setting in. But the intensity never wavered. Then came the moment everyone would remember. On a missed jumper, Dennis Rodman muscled his way through traffic for a tough rebound, fighting off bodies left and right. The instant he secured it, he smartly called a timeout to avoid getting trapped or fouled. But as the whistle blew, Jerome Kersey tried yanking the ball from his hands.
Great presence of mind by Rodman to call the timeout. Then Kersey came.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want about Dennis Rodman as what he does off the court or whatever. That guy knows the game of basketball. And I'm telling you, that's a great timeout.
That was the last straw. Rodman wasn't having it. He held on tight, glared back, and the two exchanged words as teammates rushed in to separate them. It was vintage Rodman. Pure intensity, pure emotion. But in a funny twist, both Jordan and Pippen grabbed him by the neck to hold him back, laughing as they dragged him toward the bench. Even Rodman cracked a grin, the tension breaking for a brief moment.
And Kersey knocks the ball away. Be careful. Here comes O'Neal.
And I tell you, Scotty and Michael are saying, Dennis, you're not getting anything right now. What's missing is hope.
scuffle didn't rattle Chicago, it fired them up even more. That mix of edge and composure was what made them unbeatable. The Bulls were locked in, and what came next sealed the night. In the final seconds, it was Rodman who delivered the dagger. After drawing a foul on a crucial rebound, he stepped to the line, the last player anyone expected to close it out, but with ice in his veins, he sank both free throws cleanly.
Rodman is doing right now, he's making the Lakers hate him. He's making them hate him, and he wants them to.
Got them both.
Game over. Chicago had survived the storm and sealed the win. The box score said it all. Michael Jordan led the Bulls with 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, steadying the team when it mattered most. Scottie Pippen was right behind him with 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. A complete two-way performance that carried Chicago through the rough stretches. On the Lakers side, Shaquille O'Neal powered his way to 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists, anchoring their offense from start to finish. Rookie Kobe Bryant added 5 points and a rebound in limited minutes, showing flashes of the confidence that would later define his career. In the end, the Bulls veterans outlasted the Lakers' rising stars. Jordan and Pippen's experience and composure made the difference, sealing another statement win for Chicago while giving Kobe and Shaq an early lesson in what true dominance looked like.